Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First thing we want to do is give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rekah Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, you brothers, pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and charity. Alright, so we pretty much gonna, get to, hey, look, you people, and it was a woman who said that too, right? Mm-hmm. You damn females, you bitches, I need to keep your mouth closed, man. Alright, stop worrying about what us men doing. Hey, look, this planet was created. Matter of fact, get me that, get that real quick before we get this. The world be created for our sakes. All right, cause all this shit belongs to the Israelite men, man. All right, all this, everything that was created was made for the sons of the Most High, man. All right. And you women are just really inheriting it because of your husbands, man. Alright? Hey, how did Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth wives? Only reason they got on the ship is because of their husbands. Alright? If they wasn't married to those men, they would have been destroyed like with the rest of the bitches, man. With the rest of them wicked motherfuckers, man. Alright? They didn't get on the boat because they did something. No, they got on the boat because that was the part of their possession, man. Alright, they got on the ark because that was a part of their possession. And if they wasn't, and they wives, they didn't even name their wives. That show you how fucking insignificant you is, man. Alright? It didn't even fucking give you their names. Alright?
Yeah, they weren't mentioned amongst the great women like
Sarah, They probably just as wicked as the rest of the motherfuckers in that was going on. They didn't even mention them. You ain't a Deborah, a Sarah.
They even mentioned Rahab, man, and she was a harlot.
And she was a harlot. It didn't mention Shem and Ham and Japheth and Noah's wife's name.
And they helped start the next
the next deal.
Yep, the whole next deal.
You would think, you know what I mean? But they show you that without the man, it don't matter. You're a nobody. Alright? When a man is a king, hey, he can go, hey, like what's it saying? Hey, a nigga can go get a piece of shit woman and turn her around, man, but a woman won't even look at a man. Alright? But the point being is that the man is the head, man. And we can do what the hell we want to do. And there's laws on it. And how we supposed to deal with it. Alright?
The second Ezra 6:55.
Women need to keep your fucking mouth closed. And that's what I said, why I said what I said at camp. It's all you women that's on the comment board. That's why I don't take you serious. All you women on the comment board saying shalom, saying this. Hey, look, and y'all know y'all need husbands. If y'all ain't got no husband, and y'all see all of these choice men complaining about these weak-ass bitches, and y'all ain't speaking up, alright, because you don't want to be held accountable. A lot of you women just want to think you're going, what are you learning? Alright? You think you're going to get the breakdown of Daniel 12? You think your fucking mind can understand that? Oh, I'm going to just remain unmarried till the Lord come. I'm going to wait until the Daniel, the Isaiah. Bitch, it don't work out like that. All these men complain about women and how you fucking women is. And that's why we say we don't deal with the so-called Israelite woman who knows she an Israelite, man. They're the worst kind. Alright? Here it is. You got brothers with hundreds and some brothers get thousands of views. And some of them women so-called believers and might be unmarried. And you ain't trying to knock this man door down? That's why we don't take you bitches serious.
So in Ezra 6:55, all this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
And this is talking about for the sons of the Most High. It's not talking about the daughters. It's talking about the sons. Alright? When you got a father and he got a firstborn son, who the inheritance go to? The boy, the men. Alright, when a father, he only got daughters, he got to go look for a man of his same tribe. So the inheritance can stay in the tribe, but it's still through the man. Right? Because if he don't have it don't go nowhere. You need a man.
I was in on that.
You know what I'm saying? This whole world was made for our sakes. Alright? Everything that's in it. Hey, get that possess them for handmaids. I ask for me, and I get it, man. It's so many, and then we gonna hit them with the law. With the law, since you bitches think you know so much, we gonna hit you with the law. All right, y'all done made the priest come out of me.
You went to Isaiah 14 too, right?
Come.
It's Isaiah 14 and 2. It says, I'm sorry, 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and we have chosen Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Okay, what's a handmaid? Mm-hmm. Right? What happened with Abraham and his handmaid? What'd he do with her? Them belong to you. You can do it as you please with them. If you want some box, alright, and you dealing, alright, she still got duties to the house. She's still a handmaid, but you just popping your handmaid. That's your fucking concubine. Alright? Just because, whatever in your house belongs to you. The scriptures say a man get a wife and get a possession. Whether Israelite or heathen. Because there's still laws on how you deal with a heathen woman. After you deal with her and you've been dealing with that woman. Alright? Will show that we gonna be trading these bitches off. Mm-hmm. If you ain't dealt with them, you go, hey, look, man, you like her? Alright, give me 2 shekels. Give me a shekel of gold. Give me 10 shekels. It's gonna be like nothing to her. Here, you wanna take her.
Yeah, you can't sell them. You know?
Right? But you can't sell a heathen woman that you done been dealing with. Mm-hmm. You just gotta let her go about her business. And you don't need, you can deal with her how the fuck you want to deal with her. If you don't want to deal with her no more, you don't have to fucking deal with her. She's not like the Israelite woman where you gotta deal with her.
It says, no, but they shall take them captives they were, they shall rule over their oppressors.
If we gonna rule over our oppressors, what king don't want to humble his enemies' women?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Vinny.
What king don't want his fill of beautiful women? Mm-hmm. What the scriptures say, a man liketh nothing much more than the beauty of a woman. Mm-hmm. Alright? You got something?
No, I was going to get a Deuteronomy. I want to get
you want to read the Deuteronomy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 21:10. Thou goest forth to war against our enemies.
Okay. When we go forth to war, there's a whole breakdown when we go on to war. Alright?
And the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands.
And then this is before we was going to get the Canaanites, mm-hmm. before we was going to kill off the Hittites and the Hivites and the Amorites and the Ammonites. Mm-hmm. Amongst all these, we was amongst our people. Mm-hmm. So everywhere we was going to war with heathens. Alright? So it's a whole breakdown. Alright? Because in some incidents where the Lord say, get rid of everybody. Then in some incidents where the Lord say, have your fill. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
The Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captives, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman.
What?
A beautiful woman.
Among the who?
Among the captives.
So that means you didn't just took down the Amorites, mm-hmm. and it's a badass Amorite, because there's some beautiful fucking Amorites, boy. Alright? It's some beautiful fucking Ammonites. Mm-hmm. Beautiful Moab. It's beautiful women out of every fucking kingdom. Mm-hmm. Alright?
So it has a desire unto her that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go into her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
Right, so it's a whole deal behind it, man. She got to clip her nails, cut all her hair off, and you got to give her 30 days to mourn her family, man. You take off the fucking bullshit clothes off of her and you put a royal attire on the bitch. You put her in some nice clothes, man. You clean her up. You can't have her dressed like no fucking no rag doll, man.
No, you gotta take care of her.
You gotta take care of her, man. To a certain extent. Alright, keep going.
There shall be if I have no delight in her.
So if you get tired of the bitch, alright?
Then thou shalt let her go whither she will.
Then you can let her go where the fuck she wanna go. Alright? It ain't like when you deal with an Israelite woman, you gotta deal with her all the days of your life until you're dead. Alright? Like the scripture say, hey, because you can't deal with an Israelite woman the way you deal with a heathen bitch. Ain't no way around that. Alright? Because they're royal. Regardless if they sluts. The scripture say if she pleased to dwell with you, you gotta deal with her. Alright? And you can't put her away unless for adultery. Alright? You gotta deal with the bitch. Cause she an Israelite. But these heathen bitches, you get tired of that bitch. That bitch say the wrong thing to you. Hey, look, go about your way. Alright? If that bitch, if you go in her one day and you ain't like the way she feel and you got tired of her, hey, go about your way. I'm done with you. Alright? But there's more to it.
But thou shalt not sell her at all for money.
So you can't sell her. You just gotta let her go and be great. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, you gotta let her go live her best life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
City girls.
See, right? Let her get on her city girl shit. She a heathen. Alright?
Thou shalt not make her. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
So you can't make a prostitute out of her. You can't make no money off of her. You can't do nothing because you had sex with her and you was dealing with her on a consistent basis. So if you stop dealing with her, you just gotta leave her alone, man. You just gotta leave her alone and send her about her way. Now, what you Israelite women gonna say to that? It's a whole law on how to deal with heathen women. Now let's go with Solomon. How many? Go ahead.
1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon, all right, everybody knows how who King Solomon was, the richest man that ever lived on the earth, man. All right, and you guys got a problem with multiple wives. You have a problem with Israel dealing with wives of another nation. Yet you have no problem. Or matter of fact, you probably only consider King Solomon's lifestyle, man. But to you, according to you, King Solomon was going off, man.
Man, King Solomon had the best of everything.
That's right.
He said, I had the best singers. He had the best everything.
Yep.
All right? He said all of it was vanity. So you don't think he had the baddest women? Come on now, he King Solomon.
Come on, man.
These women throwing themselves at him. It probably was families at the door. Look at my daughter. King, my king.
Yeah, probably so he passed up too. You know he did.
Pastor, yeah, what the fuck? He came for you. He had 1,000.
Yeah.
All together. Keep going.
1 Kings 11:1 said, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with a daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Zidonians, and the Hittites, of the nations.
So he loved them Edomite women. All right, and that's our number one enemy. But guess what he was doing? He was humbling their women. How great is to be a king to humble your enemies' women? That's a trophy. All right, the scripture say we get that Revelation 18:2 after this.
Okay.
Cause they gotta get payback. They did it to us, but we just gonna do it according to the law and righteousness. We ain't gonna be wicked and commit adultery. If she got a man, we gonna put that man to death. Alright? We gonna let her mourn and go through the whole steps. And then you know what we gonna do? Have our way. Time to play. And you know what? Once that 30 days is up, she ain't gonna give a fuck about your ass, man. Because the Lord is perfect in his wisdom. It's the whole reason why he gave 30 days. It's the whole reason why he said shave her head and clip her nails. There's probably some genetic shit to go with it. It's probably something, you know what I'm saying, some whole deal that go with it.
It's a shame and a humbling, man. You know, because, hey, the Lord, he wants order, man. even when they're not concubines, you think our concubines are gonna go out and do what the hell they want, man?
Hell no.
They're still under the rulership and the guidance of the man.
Well, yeah, whoever they Lord is.
Mm-hmm. Verse 2 says, other nations concerning what the Lord said to the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after the gods.
And that's the problem.
Yep.
The problem wasn't dealing with them. The problem was because they serve other gods.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you give your kids to them, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna turn them to make them serve other idols. Right? Hey, just like the whole story with was it Habakkuk? Where he grabbed them by their hair and he smoked some of them?
Nahum?
Nahum.
Not Nahum.
Ezra. That was Ezra that did it? That wasn't Ezra. Nehemiah. Alright? The problem wasn't that they was dealing with the heathen woman. The problem was that they were speaking in a heathen language. That's like you got American women, all your kids only speak English.
Mm-hmm.
They don't speak Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And Nehemiah like, damn, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, yeah, at least they speak both languages. They don't even know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And you get that a lot too. You get these especially with Issachar, right? All right, they marry these Edomite men. The children come up, they don't want to speak Spanish, man.
They don't want to speak.
They don't want to speak Spanish. Then when they go around other Israelites, they mock and laugh at their ass, man. You know.
I mean, they after the fucking they go get the damn Edomite man. The babies ain't Israelites no more anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They Edomites.
Yep.
But even with the Issacharite man,
mm-hmm.
right? They go and get the Edomite woman and they don't even teach their kids the Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, man, I know some of it. I can understand what they saying, but I don't know how to speak it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like my son, man. You know, his father's of Honduras, man, but he can't speak it. Mm-hmm. He know what they saying, you know, but he can't speak it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, if he go to Honduras, they'll fucking make a mockery of him, man.
Mm-hmm.
How your father Honduras and you don't speak it?
Mm-hmm.
You know. That's the same thing that was going on in the time, but there's no law that say you can't deal with them. The only reason why why the Lord said is because you gonna fucking start serving their gods, man.
Yep.
All right. But if you on point and you stand faithful to Yahweh Shema Shah, it's no problem with it.
Mm-hmm. The Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. You know,
right.
So he had 1,000 women in rotation, man. You know, so if it's okay in the eyes of the Lord, all right, it's okay for us, man. And like the brother said, and also the scriptures say, as long as you ain't giving your giving unto their gods, man.
Giving your strength unto them.
That's right.
All right, because when Solomon got old, that's when he started tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't tweaking when he was a young man.
Nope.
All right, it's when he got up in age. All right, when he became a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Baby, I don't have a God to my item. I don't have
mm-hmm.
one. Can you build one for me?
Mm-hmm.
And I got you, baby. Don't worry about it. What you gonna do?
Since some masons over there and construct the statue, man.
Hey, I'm a write a letter. And I'll take care of it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have somewhere to
serve your
idol, your idol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then she'll pop him off real good, and he go back his way. All right. That's really what happened, man. He got old, man. And the scriptures say when he was up in age. If you can get that too.
It's the same scripture, same one.
Come.
It says, for it came to pass when Solomon was old.
So when he was an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they pretty much was taking advantage of him because he was older.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He didn't, you know, when you get older, you start to lose your wits, man. Right?
For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
And that's the problem. The problem wasn't having the women. The problem was the fucking he started dibbling dabbling in a shit. Alright? He started tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Yahweh Shai, like that's a whole nother sit down. But hey, it's a whole law on how to deal with a heathen woman, man. Alright? Ain't nothing wrong with dealing with a heathen woman if you don't put off our customs of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man.
So what's up with mama? A heathen?
His grandmother.
His grandmother.
Said King David, his great grandmother.
Okay.
Because King David grandmother was Ruth. Alright? How was it? It wouldn't be no King David if it wasn't for a heathen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? Come on, man. What about it wouldn't be no Israelites if it wasn't for no heathens. What about that?
Another thing too, when they just did just did a study, I was watching this little clip. They're saying a woman can have one child and take her 9 months. That same 9 months, a man can impregnate 300 some women and have 300 some kids in the same amount of time. Man.
I mean, we can have more than 300
kids.
Yeah. And you think about it, if we have sex within 9 months,
mm-hmm.
you popping 2 and 3 different women, because sometimes you on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A man can have sex 5-6 times a day if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? So what if out of them 6 women, every day you pop 4 women?
And 1 or 2 of them get pregnant.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
You can have hundreds of babies within 9 months.
Yep. I think they said it take like 13 men to bring back the whole nation, man. 13 years like to bring back the whole nation, so according to that little deal.
Well, shit, it only took 4.
Mm-hmm.
Really 3.
Yeah.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yep.
And they brought back look.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah. And look at this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a whole bunch.
Because the law of the Lord is perfect. And they wasn't fucking their sisters.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was going off. Alright?
It says, for Solomon, it's like, and it says, wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashereth, the goddesses of the Idonians, after Milcom, the abomination of the Amorites. You know, and that's just the point, man. All right.
That's how he got into that witchcraft.
Mm-hmm. You know?
He said he took his soul, his mind, to know all of these things,
mm-hmm.
to understand wickedness. He knew about the witchcraft. He knew about all that.
Mm-hmm.
He studied it. He went into it. All right? But that's a whole nother lesson, but it don't even matter. I didn't even edit,
Yeah.
You know, but the point is, we can deal with heathen women as long as we don't serve their idols, man.
That's it.
And serve their gods, man. Alright? Because he said, don't deal with these strange women, because they'll turn the hearts away from the Father, man.
Right. He said there'll be a snare unto us, man.
Right. But then why would the Lord write Leviticus
Mm-hmm.
and give you a whole breakdown on how you deal with a heathen woman?
Mm-hmm.
Alright? So you can deal with a heathen woman as long as the woman don't turn your mind away from the Lord, man. Alright? And how your ass bugged out. Missing camp.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? You got a heathen woman, you missing camp, you tweaking, or you doing this, you doing that for this bitch. Fuck that bitch. Shit, what Jake need to understand, they are heathens.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? You don't have to be with that bitch if you don't want. You ain't got to put up with that bitch mouth. You know? But the Israelite woman, we got trouble in the flesh. So with that, we just want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rikakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, brothers, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. Shalom and above.
Baba.